Gentlemen, all of you are charged with racing on the highway. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Please.
The nature of this case is a racing on a highway case, so I just want to let you know that these dim summaries will be separate for each defendant because they were stopped at different locations, if that makes sense. Okay. On April 17th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was on routine patrol when he observed a Silverado pickup truck and a Cadillac motor vehicle accelerate at a high rate of speed side by side in an attempt to outdistance one another. The officer observed a third vehicle, a Dodge Charger, increasing speed while following the other two motor vehicles. The officer accelerated approximately to 108 miles per hour in an attempt to catch up with the three vehicles. The officer noted the posted speed limit on the roadway was 65 miles per hour. The officer notes that he was traveling at 101 miles per hour, maintaining view of the vehicles and recording the incident with his dash camera. The Cadillac and the Silverado truck exited the freeway, and the officer got right behind the pickup truck and paced it, traveling 85 miles per hour. A traffic stop was conducted on the Silverado, and the defendant admitted to the officer he was racing with the other individuals. While speaking with the defendant...
We're talking about Brown, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. And while speaking with the defendant, the other two vehicles arrived on scene and admitted to the officer that they were racing along with the defendant. I guess that covers that.
Who came and admitted?
It says the other two defendants.
The other two came in.
Yes, Your Honor, that's what it states. I'd be happy to read the other.
I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your cases, gentlemen. Let me tell you now that the state of Texas and the wisdom of our legislature has made it extremely easy for district attorneys across the state of Texas to seize and take cars from those who are arrested for racing. I have had cases in here where they have seized and taken a car from someone who was caught multiple times participating in this type of behavior. Don't do it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you do, the first thing I will do is I will put you in jail, and then I'm going to take your ability to drive away from you while this case is open. Living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive blows. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Each of you, none of you participate racing, street takeovers, donuts, reckless driving, driving maniacally, or putting others' lives in danger. Do you understand? If I find that you're driving at 100 or something like that, it's just not going to go well for you guys. So do you mind filing conditions on each of, no racing, reckless driving, takeovers, anything of this nature, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then also, let's go through each one to see if they have valid licenses.
Yes, Your Honor. For defendant Thomas, we do have an eligible license.
Okay. Also, each of you you're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. You must have car insurance. If you don't have either, you are not allowed to drive.
For defendant Brown, we do have an eligible license as well.
Okay.
And then for defendant Graves, the license is eligible.
All right. Gentlemen, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Brown? Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? Okay, we're going to give you time to go hire a lawyer. We're going to give you 30 days. When you come back, please have a lawyer. I'm going to have you each go to Victoria, sign a reset. Then we will have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. We have enough death on our streets. Don't contribute to it. You understand?
Sure.
All right, come on, guys. Picked up a new case?
It was a failure to ID. I'll pull up card.
She actually has this one.
Just like expectations. I was trying to pull a arm as judge.
Take your time, Blaze. There's never a problem. Can you read to me what happened on the failure to ID?
April 22nd, 2025, officer dispatch in reference to a In reference to earlier, a motor vehicle, complainant stated that at 4:30 a.m. she heard a car alarm go off and looked out the window and saw two individuals leaving.
Oh my God, you're telling me this is a BMV?
No, it's not being
That's the co-defendant,
It's the
Judge.
defendant.
She's with. This is a party.
Not charged though.
Okay, pause right here. We just went from street racing to something much deeper, 4:30 in the morning, red paint in the car, red paint on her clothes, and now conflicting information. That's not just a traffic stop anymore. That's behavior that raises red flags. And when someone gives inconsistent information during an investigation, judges pay very close attention. Let me ask you, if you were innocent, would you ever give police the wrong name?
Say that, but complainant approached the suspect and defendant Silva stated that she was, quote, going to beat her ass if she kept following me. The complainant was able to flag down an officer. And the defendants, the other complaining witness, the owner of the vehicle, said that the officers, there was a red paint on the front seat of the complainant's motor vehicle. Complainant observed that a bike that defendant Silva was riding on had red paint on the seat, and the back of defendant Silva's pants was also red paint. During the investigation, I observed defendant Silva with red paint on the back of her pants. During the investigation, defendant Silva admitted to going to the vehicle to find things changed. Once the defendants were detained, officers asked what the defendant's name and date of birth was. She first stated that her name was Sierra Johnson, date of birth 4/18/2002. Officers asked for a clarification on the spelling. Officers then asked if she had ever had a Texas driver's license or ID. She stated she did not. Officers ran the given name, but nothing came back. Officers then called for Moga Davis. While officers were waiting, he asked the defendant what her name was, and she said that her name was spelled Sierra, Ceirra, with a C instead of an S, and that Johnson was her mom's last name, and that her real name was Torrance.
And there it is, bond revoked. When you're out on bond in Texas, it's conditional freedom. Pick up a new issue, violate conditions, or show dishonesty, and the judge can pull that freedom immediately. Notice something important. This didn't happen randomly. It's a pattern. So here's the real question. Is this accountability, or is it too strict?
Officers ran the new name and Texas driver's license came back to defendant Torrance with multiple City of Houston Precinct 2 warrants.
So the co-defendant got charged.
The defendant was charged, Your Honor. I'll pull it up now.
Why not Ms. Torrance?
From what I could read in here, Judge, I don't want to speculate, but I think all of the evidence can point to the co-defendant. And in fact, co-defendant admitting to going into the vehicle.
There was red paint in the car.
Right.
She has red paint on her.
That was.
No, that was co-defendant. I don't.
Was she acting as a lookout?
I don't know why you did not take a B&B on this. I don't want to speculate. All I can see is that obviously there was a decision made and intake that they didn't have enough for B&B, but they had.
Anna, as much as I love you and as much as I appreciate your tenacity, no, there's something going on that's a lot deeper with this, and I'd like to find out. And what I'd like to do is have her T-rest, essentially. But I don't know what we need to do to get through to you, Miss Torrance, but apparently of all the stuff that we've dealt with now in your case is what? $241 days, and yet we
Judge, if I may, this is a DWI. We got the alcohol report back and they sent it off to get tested for tox. We still do not have that toxicology report. And when we were.
I get it.
Okay.
I'm not saying
It's just, she's not the one dragging it out. It's been waiting on the test.
you are on
Yeah.
law. You've now picked up a new case. I've repeatedly asked you to behave yourself while on bond. That you are not charged with two cases and you merely have the one. I'm now revoking your bond number, it's DWI, and I'm taking you in.
Now this is where it escalates. One name, then a different spelling, then a completely different identity. Officers have to verify through fingerprints. At this point, it's no longer confusion, it's credibility damage. In court, credibility is everything. Once that cracks, bond decisions get a lot harder. Should changing your name automatically affect bond?
And what I'd like to do is have her TRAS
Okay.
immediately to see how we go forward, because this is, in my opinion, throwing her to the wolves, because something is going on, and I'm going to try to nip it before it becomes felonious.
Judge, we do have an alternative offer on there. That would include the TRAS.
I want to do it first,
Absolutely.
so we see how to go forward, because I don't want, I just,
And while we're here, actually, let me talk to the state about this before we, I'm gonna give them a heads up.
And I'll send an anything.
right. Mr. Bada, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement that they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you have done. You are giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. It will be there forever. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. You pick up any more DWIs. And I'm going to tell you, because it's going on your record, you get pulled over and you have anything funky to smell, whether it's weed, whether it's alcohol, what do you think's going to happen? Right. If you want to get lit, if you want to smoke until your heart's content, don't get into a car. I know that he has done above and beyond the call of duty in representing you without probably taking it. For all the money that you have saved, $50 will get you a ride to wherever you want to go in this life. Do you understand? I don't know if I'm going to waive the supervisory fee with him. I don't know if he's truly indigent or not by OG.
I would respectfully,
I know that you are, but I don't know. You know, I know that you've been throwing everyone for a loop the entire time, and so I want you to fill out an application for where you saw. I know that you are truly indigent. You're going to swear to this document. This is a public, not a public, but this is a governmental document that you're going to swear to. I want to know about your financial situation. I want to know everything about you. How much money you have at the bank, how much money you have coming in, how many cars you have, and then we'll take a look to see whether you're truly indigent. You understand? I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days. Do not drive until you get a license. So we will have you fill out an affidavit and I'll see whether you were indigent and then we'll take a look. But really, this dude has really gone above and beyond the call to represent you for all the issues that you've had. So thank you so much for doing what you're doing. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow this agreement. Deputy, do you mind giving an application so we can work to see? Okay.
and Your Honor, do you need me to approach with?
No, I'll look at the document. If he does, then I'm going to waive it. If you do not qualify, you will be required to pay the supervisory fees. In this case, that is $3,000 plus court costs. Actions have consequences. You had the opportunity. When you pick up a DWI, you're going to pay for it one way or the other. You know, now this, with the conviction, it's going to follow you forever. All I hope is that 20 years, 30 years from now, this was enough of a hassle in your life that you, man, I had 3 beers. I better not get into a car. Time heals all wounds, but the law never forgets. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your
Thanks,
Honor.
Subhash.